Okie dokie, if this works, I'll have recorded words and bullshit. Here is my tree fortress. Yeah, that when I finally just get bored and complain that I want the island back up, I'm going to do the same thing over there after I finish this thing over here. This is the top floor. Well, I haven't finished it yet, but it will be the top floor once I get it all finished. You can see my little sap doohickeys, and then there's some forges that I had extra of from supply drops. Fireplace that I also had an extra of. I basically got the chair in front of it because I gotta occasionally stop there from all the freezing from me wearing armor all the time now. And there's my bed, which I rarely use because I usually spawn back at my regular base. And there's all my little stuff. That's where I store all the wood for building this massive bullshittery that really will die in apparently 8 days there, because that's how long freaking wood lasts if I actually don't fly back in. That would be terrible. Also, I got really close supply drops. There's a supply drop right over yonder, and let me fly down here and over here to this little edge. It's got a weird indent in it because that's a supply drop drops around there, and so I couldn't build anything right there and had to just bulk it back a little bit. That's the underside there too. I'm going to show you on the inside. But right up there to where that glass is, you couldn't actually build a floor because you couldn't get anything balanced because of all the rocks and bullshit underneath there. So I basically just got a big old underside to the underside of my base. It's awesome. There you go. And that's the big old extension I made so you can walk giant dinosaurs in there. And I built one of my giant dinosaur steps so you can walk giant dinosaurs to the top like a crazy person. Ha ha! It's going to be awesome. Let me go pick up this supply drop real quick. And stop. And jump off. And supply drop. Yeah, useless crap as usual. And now it's lagging, as it's been doing a lot lately. There we go. And let me get back over here. Now let's go look at the place. There's the outside. I just put glass on like intermittent, in areas. So there you go. So okay, look at it all pretty. That's the section I finished last night, and this middle section here with the little crosshatch windows and the whatnot. And you can go over here. Let's see if we can get a bigger, further view. Hey, nope, that's got bird wings in it, but it's close enough. I can't control that way. So you keep looking at it. I go inside, outside, inside, outside. Took me a while to get that little middle section with the little cross hatches. I kind of wanted to go in, out, and then back in, and then back out again. But it turned out to be not as much room as I thought there was. There you go. Really, I'd love to convert this whole thing to stone. It'll be awesome. But, oh, good God, the amount of work it'll take to do that shit. And considering this is an official server, I'm pretty sure this is just insane. Anybody walking by going, what team is building this? Not realizing it's just one guy doing all of this insanity. And this big extension is where everything is like right there underneath the bottom layer of glass is where the underside begins, and all the rock and the bullshit. You see that rock there going into the side where I have to kind of build around it. I basically ended up just having to build a big flat floor there. I found the flattest area that I can build a floor, and that's where I made my floor start. So you look at everything, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. It just gets wider and bigger. My giant door, so you can walk the dinos in. I put glass all around it, and then that's when I decided I'm gonna just put glass randomly around this whole damn thing. And it actually turned out kind of well. I think it looks pretty. It looks pertly to begin with. Now let's go on the inside. Come on, let's go visit the inside. Open the door, and jump off my buddy. I wish I had a smaller window that I could use to run around this thing fast. On my freaking saber tooth over at my regular base. But you can look up there. You go way up there, and these stairs go all the way to the top. And then when I started building, I'm like, oh, right there. I pressed the door twice. Close that. I don't want random monsters coming in there. You go over here, and this leads into the terrible section where all the rocks and the bullshit is. And I forgot that door opens automatically. Sometimes. See? There's a stilts so everything can work up there. I put as much bottom base on there. But it turns out I didn't need to, since I put platforms all around the one tree platform I got on here. And I think that balances out everything. So I could have just built like a crazy person all over the place. And you see there, that's my little staircase that'll take me up to the next floor. I got it on two sides there since you can't get right next to the tree with the walling I got over there. So I just kind of built it outwards, and it just worked out that way. So there you go. So you run up these stairs, You run up this stairs, run over here, back this direction, then that direction, then over here, this direction, and then BAM! And you're on the inside. And you'll see where I stuck more of those things. I'm going to build a little platform underneath those because I couldn't get it where I could build the floor right underneath them without going all weirdly shaped. So I just put them right there. Figured I just build small platforms there. I'm going to build a little staircase to go up to there. And this will be the platform room. And it's big enough that I can put weirdness crap all over here. I'm really thinking of just abandoning my prairie and other base, even though I kind of like it too. I really won't abandon anything. I'll just keep everything on here. Unlike the douchebags just hoarding space. I don't do that. Any space I hoard has a base on it. So there you go. But you look at that, I'm trying to run that wall. Well, I'm going to actually run that wall just up to where the little spigots are. And then I'm going to build a little floor, just a little floor around outskirting there. And trying to get this thing all powered up is going to be the problem. See, is how it's the official server, so I can't do any kind of power that doesn't slowly but surely die. All of this base would be way better on the Tide servers, because let's face facts, we can cheat on those. Mods are cheating, but yes, I've accepted that, and I can actually live with that now. This is just technically the bottom floor now, although technically the bottom floor is underneath here, but you can't really do anything down there, even though I'm going to try to put my generators down there. That way they just go up, but they're not taking up floor space. Ha ha ha. You can see right here where I couldn't actually completely cover this hole, but shit, maybe. Oh, as a person, I'm pretty sure you might be able to fall in that hole, and I don't want to find out. If you fall off this edge over here, you will almost die. If you fall off over here, you most definitely will die. This is my stairs. You can actually walk a freaking T-Rex up here. So, yes, as usual, I like to build things big enough to walk T-Rexes up. I'm going to just, sort of cover up those with little pillars so it doesn't have the weird edge extending outward so it looks pretty. And then this is like the middle section. You can see right there, there's the tree platform. And then you look on the bottom of it where I put all the floor making stuff. I can't remember. It's called the floor building sections, because that's really the only way to actually get individual walls up on the top of a tree platform, because I have yet to figure out if there's another way to do it, but that's the way I do it to deal with it. But as it turns out, by doing it that way, I end up capable of building all the way to the bottom, technically, without actually having extended. I didn't realize that when I was trying to do it down there until after the fact. That's why it's got some on the outside, but not on the inside, because I realized I didn't actually need to, since it extends all the way out to here. I did need to build stuff in that beyond section, which I did, so that worked out for me. All of this is actually pretty good. This is a basically big, intricate, just crap fest that I'm doing here. I'm going to do some more shit here with these walls. I'm not going to put doors here, because I don't need them. It'll be all enclosed, but yeah, I still kind of want to close it off. Maybe cover up that little hole patch there and that little hole patch there. Just leave, and then try to edge it all out so it all looks pertly. Then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go over here to the other way. Notice there's glass everywhere, so you can always see what's going on outside, which is a good thing since I got the 2 supply drops right next to my damn base. And then this is going to be the top floor. I'm going to extend it up, I don't know, probably 3 more sets of windows, 3 more sets of walls, windows, probably all windows. It'd be nice. And then do the curve in again, and then try to get it as close to the freaking tree as possible, and then try to build a little staircase on the inside to go up there from the inside, so I can set up, the greenhouse and shit on top. It's gonna be amazing. And people gonna fly by and go, "What team built this shit?" Then they just gonna see the one guy flying in and out of it constantly. There you go. This is one guy, one person did this. What's wrong with you? That's what they will say. I know they'll say that because I'm a crazy person. Crazy people do stuff like that. Crazy, I tell you. I love this. This base is turning out awesome. And basically it's all just a design so I can go do the exact same thing to my base on the Tide surface there when we open the island back up. So there we go. Let me fly back down there. Oh, run back down. If I run down these stairs, I will immediately fall because it automatically jumps. And it's just risking death. So you got to run to the stairs and stop, and you walk down it. And then you run again and you stop and you walk down it. Only if you want to just risk death. Let's go look at that little undersection there just so you see, because there's one more undersection. You got this one here that leads to the little terrible bullcrapping stuff. And then you go over here. There's the door. Go over there. Go right there. Up and fall down there. And jump back up here. And you run over here. And there's a little section underneath the extension that I had to build up. I actually had to build all this shit or you couldn't build the stuff above it. So you did all this just so you'd be able to build super high above it. But this is just the extension. And since it's all down here and you can't keep it even, that's why I just covered it with a floor. That's why I extended the floor out there when it's all balanced and everything, so it all works out. It's very good. I think I did quite well with this. I am awesome, as I always say. It's a side effect of being awesome. You have to keep pointing out how awesome you are. Otherwise, I think the awesome goes away a little bit. You learn that from being awesome. Come on, bird. There you go. Weird lag. It's actually doing that across the board there. It was all clean for a while there, then they did a couple more updates and ruined it all again. Because, as usual, ASA has to fix something and then ruin it. Because that's what they do. Alrighty then. Thank you all. Have a nice day.